People, what's up? How y'all doing?
Welcome. If you clicked on this video, we appreciate you.
That indeed. I myself, I'm Cool Hands.
And I'm a Safe Kid on IG, otherwise Ant. We got a new video series.
Yeah.
We're trying new things. What are we going with? Shootouts?
Shootouts. But pretty much the goal is to just collaborate with a bunch of different photographers that we find dope and shoot the same things in order to see like the different styles everybody has.
And this first episode, we collaborated with Nick, who runs Top Shot Studios.
Shout out to Nick.
Make sure to follow him
Yes.
on IG. Great work. He did his thing on this one, for real.
Definitely.
I was using the Sony a7 III body with a 35mm G Master, the Sony 1.4, I think it goes down to. We got Alejandro over here by Alejandro Jamar on IG, serving as the model throughout the shoot.
Yes.
And we went for like dark themed, like it's October, so Halloween's around the corner. So we went, not necessarily a Halloween shoot, but with those type of undertones.
I love this shot.
I switched the OD with the edit. Like,
oh, you cropped it differently?
Like, no, in terms of like, the last one was a little bit more soft and I added way more like texture to this, like contrast, and like, you can tell just in the leaves alone. I
was using same body, big Sony gang, we love Sony. And for the lens, I was using the Sigma art lens 14 to 24. It has this like super wide feel to it that I really have come to really enjoy. It makes things larger than life, distorts things. It kind of gives you some options as far as creative shoots and such go if you want to capture a big space. But it also just makes the person in frame just look sort of larger than life. Made sure that I added some grain to it too. I thought that was really cool. And this is pretty much similar vibe.
Right. Yeah, I can see the grain in this one. Yeah. Shout out to Nick. So he was also using Sony, the a7R II for his body with a 50mm 1.4 G Master lens. He was using the Godox TT600 for flash with a Godox transmitter connected.
I love how his photos came out because there's so much like contrast. Because of the addition of adding, artificial light.
He was able to like really put his stuff, like the like depth of field on this is really good. You'd have a harder time doing this without the flash, I feel like, because it would have just been shaky.
Yeah, I like what you did over here.
The same spot, but we kind of all did a little bit different things. We used here I was using the gate, this color here. So so here I switched it with a little purple mono look. Gave me like Prince vibes.
Yeah, the purple one.
Shout out to Nick because he put us onto this location, Henderson Park, I believe.
It looks kind of abandoned here too.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of goes along with it. Here was when we got shot him, like he was kind of wanted me to seem like he was either snooping around or really trying to get in there. Nice. It would have been really cool if like we could have got on the other side here. So I tried to mimic that by just reaching over the fence and like pointing the camera as best as I could. Yeah, this was.
Ooh. This might have been the only one. This, I don't know, like I like this picture, but in hindsight maybe lose a little bit too much grain on it. It gives me like really like expired film vibes.
Yeah.
If you've ever used expired film and you've gotten it developed, you might have had a roll that came out like this.
Yeah. Oh, okay, this was against the fence. That's cool.
Word.
Yeah, here you can see where it's really starting to get dark.
Right.
I used the tripod as a big selfie stick.
Nice. Lightsaber. Star Wars.
Oh yeah, so let's see what Nick was doing. Yeah, I remember peeking at these. These were cool. Like, it's weird because it's not a really thick tree, but for some reason it still works. Like obviously he's not hiding, but it's like it gives you like a creepy vibe almost.
Yeah.
These, I was really curious on how these came out. I remember looking at these as like the leaning back shots.
Yeah, these were pretty smooth. Like, at least based off of where our camera is, I like how the light is hitting them. It's very, like backlit-ish.
Oh yeah, the low angle ones.
Crazy.
These came out really. I really like this one a lot, especially with the edit. Like I've messed around with the edit with black and white and all that. Yeah.
Oh yo, those two I really like. Like this undershot, I really like because, like mentioned about like wider lenses.
Yeah.
Around the edges, they can start to distort. I'm guessing this was on 24.
That's a good question. Honestly, I can't recall.
I'm gonna go with 24. I think it is 24 just based off of how it looks based when my camera gets to 24.
Yeah.
24 like has a certain degree of distortion, but it's not too crazy. But I like how the you know, when you have a wider lens and you're shooting a subject from under, they're gonna appear just elongated.
Yeah.
Which I think is really dope. And I feel like you got the perfect ratio of model to background or sky, whatever the case is. He has adequate headspace, and the headspace above him is very interesting to look at due to the trees and the branches and everything behind him. The thing I say is, like, if we had a flash, I know that we would have been able to preserve the color of the sky better.
Right, yeah, it wouldn't have been so blown out. These are gonna come out cool because when we changed with the lighting, I remember
to be honest with you, I wasn't too crazy about them. That one was interesting, but I didn't really like too many of the ones that I took over here.
A lot of times it is like hit or miss. You just gotta try things and see what hits, what doesn't.
This walking shot just looked good. Both of those walking shots just look pretty cool. I think the location just lends itself to just some interesting like tracking shots. Yes.
Yeah, this is like very spotlighty.
Yeah.
This one was cool.
I like that foreground.
Yep. So I messed around with the stops. I tried to, and these actually, some of these came to be one of my favorites because of like the blurriness. I told him to like try to stay still but move something. Like that one I really like.
No, I can see that. Liked how this one came out too. It was very interesting.
Yeah, and here I just put in there because there was some light in the background, like a street pole. I don't know if I got it in a frame. Yeah. Yeah, that one just gives me like a real like sinister type vibe.
Yeah.
Like he's scratching something.
This is my favorite. Like these are favorite shots from the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Looks like some Stranger Things.
Word. And you can actually see the blue sky a little bit there too.
Yeah.
Which I like. Yeah, that one came out really cool.
Man, I think that this was like a really dope. I'm really excited about this series. I have to say, because you know,
it like you have to really
get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and you're forced to really experiment with like certain like different ideas that you probably wouldn't like just on the regular shoot. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole point too. Like we all have different shooting styles, but like you also always, you know, want to try new and different things. Yeah. So,
oh man, like respectfully, this is something that I like, or like a location that more often than not I'm not looking at, you know, because I don't shoot out in the wilderness that often. Wilderness, you know what I mean? But like I don't shoot outside where it's not, I guess, city bound, or there's some degree of like civilization there. You know. But I really like this. It has a cinematic feel to it by nature, because the only time that you're gonna really see these types of locations and things of that nature is if you're actually there or you see it in a movie, because we don't really go to the woods all that often. Most people, I would say, at least, you know. So this definitely gave it some degree of like texture, and the way that you use it, and I guess the way that all of us use it, in a sense, we kind of had to, you know, tell a story in a sense with the picture.
When I think of like my street photography, I'm definitely more attracted to like very busy areas, because I feel like you just have more to work with there. But then this is kind of like you have to figure out what you can make with what you have. So like thinking of like a scene like in your head, you know, like what would this look like, or if this was taken out of like a film, like what frame would it be, you know? So
yeah, I think that you really executed that especially well with those pictures against the gate.
Yeah, I was thinking that too with the peeking. Yeah,
that was you know what I mean. There's something going on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just based off of a picture.
Yeah,
Pictures.
And so it makes you think like what's the story behind this?
Right.
Which is like that one where he's kind of reaching towards the light, the redness, like that one.
That was my favorite shot of the whole day. Like, what would you say was your favorite shot?
There was one where he was sitting on a branch, and I made him sit like very weird and awkwardly, like with his hands like this. It was like an awkward position, but I got kind of like a medium long shot framing. And I think I had the red light on him too.
Okay.
That one would probably be. It's tough for me because I liked a lot of them with the blurriness too.
Okay.
So there's a few favorites in there.
What would you say from what you've seen was your favorite of Nick's?
I think definitely the ones in front of the fence.
Yeah.
Like along with his color grading, I think there was like some like very green bluish tones, and me personally, I do that a lot on my own edits, so like that's what like I kind of like.
Yeah, same.
So I would say those, but a lot of his shots were really like, I feel like his use of equipment he did really well.
Yeah.
So shout out to Nick for pulling up on this.
Yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We enjoyed it for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna be definitely doing another one sometime soon.
Yep, definitely. And I mean, I guess we'll be posting ones that aren't in the video on our Instagrams if you want to check them out.
Right. Definitely expect to see them sometime soon. And if you have any photographers that you know in the New York area that you think would be dope for us to collaborate with, let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, this was ShootOuts.
Yep. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe. That would mean a lot to us. And comment too.
Comment. If you're on Instagram, save it.
Yeah.
It goes a long way, trust us.
Nah, it really does.
All right. But just like that, we're out of here.
Thanks
Don't waste time unless you're wasting with us.